The Tale of the Electoral College, a story of balance. Once upon a time, in a vast land called Unitedia, the people lived in many regions. Some were bustling cities, while others were quiet farming towns. Each region was unique, and the people who lived there had different needs and dreams. Some regions had millions of people, while others had only a few thousand. But each region played an important role in keeping Unitedia strong and prosperous. In the early days of Unitedia, when the country was just being formed, the leaders gathered to figure out how to choose their chief leader, the person who would guide the entire land. The people of the big cities wanted their voices to matter more because there were so many of them. Meanwhile, the people in the smaller towns worried that their voices would be drowned out and their needs would be ignored. The wise elders of Unitedia came up with an idea. It was a system where each region would have a certain number of electors based on its population, but even the smallest regions would still have a say. This way, both big cities and small towns could influence the choice of the chief leader. The Electoral College acted like a balance, ensuring that no one part of the land could decide the leader alone. For many years, this system worked. Sometimes the big cities chose a chief leader who understood their needs, and other times, smaller regions helped elect someone who knew the importance of farming or manufacturing. The system made sure that every corner of Unitedia was heard. But as time went on, some people started to think the Electoral College was old-fashioned. Why should we have this middle step, they asked. Why not just count the votes directly and let the person with the most votes win? They argued that in a modern world, everyone's vote should be equal, and the Electoral College seemed to get in the way of that. So, one day the people of Unitedia decided to abolish the Electoral College. From then on, the chief leader would be chosen by a direct popular vote. It seemed fair at first. The people in the big cities were excited because they knew their numbers could now easily sway the vote. But as time passed, something strange happened. The leaders chosen by the popular vote began to focus only on the needs of the big cities, where most of the people lived. The small towns and rural areas felt forgotten. The farms, which provided food for the entire country, struggled because the new leaders didn't understand their needs. Factories in small regions shut down, and industries that were vital to the country's success started to decline. The people of the smaller regions began to feel frustrated. Our voices no longer matter, they said. The leaders only care about the big cities. Discontent grew, and soon parts of Unitedia were no longer as prosperous as they once were. The balance that the Electoral College had once provided was gone, and the unity of the country began to fray. In the end, the people of Unitedia learned an important lesson. While the Electoral College may not have been perfect, it had protected the voices of everyone, big and small. It had helped keep the land united by ensuring that all regions were important in choosing their leader. Without it, the balance had been lost and the country struggled to stay together. And so they remembered that sometimes old systems exist not to make things more complicated, but to keep the delicate harmony that makes a nation strong. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe because you know it's the right thing to do.